figure out how this game is going to go. New something I've been really looking forward to watch.
Let's see where we're headed, man. This is it. Big versus Permitta. Another quarterfinals on our hands, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to watch this Season 2 of CCT Series 5 of Europe slowly but surely conclude through the weekend itself, as Process holding the line on Hut. It's an A play with the pistol. Mary brings it back, and it's a 4v4 retake. Roppe. See how this one goes, though. For the CT side, they're taking their time in the approach. It's going to be Crimbo from the back lines, getting the first one. Taking the advantage, potentially a little bit more from this as well, but it's going to be a little bit of trouble. But, you know, the gentleman not going to let him through the doorway. Instead, he opens them up and takes it one more with him. It's taps and does straight it out. And on the defuse, trying to get it, at least tapping it once or twice. They've made it this awkward for that big side, and they're not going to let them get this one. No defuse kit, man. That's the surprise here as well. Big. They went into the retake without having any sort of utility to support it. And that is going to be round one to Permitta. Great start. After plant was really well set as well. We had a player in Hut that didn't allow himself to be caught. The player in main that played that connecting factor. And once the fuse was heard, you know, going in for the peak, finding the kill on Tapson. Or, excuse me, not Tapson, rather, not even sure who it was, Crimbo, Searson, but point in hand is, at the end, it doesn't work out. Big will have to drop the pistol. We start off with a damn decent start, but Permitta, and they keep this up, we're about to find out, as the force buy for Big includes 3 MP9s and a scout, alongside a Deagle of JDC. Smokes outside. On the T side, they're going to try to create a little bit of a mystery here for Big to solve. The mystery of, did anyone cross? The answer is, they don't know. They got nothing to really confirm this or not. On ramp, they do get a little bit of contact. Searson should have seen 2 players. Maximum, no more than that, so it's still a round that Big can kind of read into. If there was some presence outside, if they crossed toward a secret, this could be a B split, you know, go back a couple of years, when that was a very common thing to do. But Crimbo has cleared this. So that takes away from the puzzle, and now instead it's on the Process to try to get something done himself toward the A side, as that's the play gotta be happening. JDC's tested Eagle, gotta be tested next, and he'll need to land a couple of shots, but even so, that's gonna be too much. And that is gonna be signaling the end of the round, and there's not much else they can do. Not in position, they should just save here. Whoa, Tapson is still hungry for a kill, which doesn't lead him to lose that MP9. And from mid out there, gonna secure a pretty damn clean second round from this. Pretty straightforward, yeah. And Permitta, I'm pleasantly surprised. They get stuck on ramp a little bit with that entry. They don't know if they should go B or not. They don't have outside control, or at least what they do is mask getting caught at red, right? Crimbo from Secret allowing that to happen. But at the end of the day, the call to go back A was the right one. They clear close quarters on Prosus, and then, of course, on JDC on site. And voila, round is done. Permitta off to a very decent opener. And again, momentum on their side, slowly shifting, yes, and they are a team that kind of strives on that. And it is going to be, you know, more and more difficult with each passing round for Big to stop the hype and the mentality here of Permitta, the confidence, I should say, as we go to a full eco with Crimbo having a Nova. Let's go! Love to see that Nova. Gonna try and farm up some cash here. Bait a couple of teammates potentially for the damage first. Actually, no. Crimbo's on A, so completely lying. He's just got to be baiting his teammates. Hopefully, something happens outside of reaction from Permitta, and they might have overlooked him on A. Nothing of the sort. They're not going to rush things at all. Instead, of just calmly tap away, slowly advancing. They're just playing this as normal. Spotting a couple of players trying to play deathmatch here. For whatever reason, these bots seem to be moving around, hiding. And there's the Nova. There's the Nova. I mean, it's a great weapon.
$900 already.
900, it pays for itself. As soon as you kill one, you're just down $100, and with the loss bonus stacking up, with the money coming out, he has enough to buy Searson an op plus utility for himself if they really want to go that department. They do. There we go. Op is out, utility's in, and we are going to be seeing the first gun round with certainly quite a hefty utility belt. Single diffuse kit, perhaps something that I'm not liking too much. Searson could have bought another. I would have preferred to see at least one more. 2, 3 is the bare minimum you're looking for, but hey, big, better one than none.
Yeah, he has a lot of util actually toward A. This time as well, a good Molotov that did push Process out, and Searson, he's got himself 1 and 2 for this round. It started off. Looking for what else he can find outside, while Beanox looks to clear a little bit of space toward A. They still know Searson was toward the heavens, so they gotta be careful of him. He has that fast, or has the fast rotations.
It's a good start for Searson, man.
Still crack the side open. Won't be easy. Though Searson currently all alone to defend at the side, and he's not thinking about this.
No quick reaction as well. Yeah, rotation's gonna be very late. Searson's about to die. Good night, brother. Have a good one. Bit of a mistake, bit of a tactical error here. Big. Letting Squeaky be overtaken by the time they can react. It's gonna be JDC in main, though. Stops the plant, gets Mary, and now it's gonna be Beanox. For a bit of a Hail Mary if he can save this. He's got the C4 in his back, turns around from the flash, but cannot really do it. And that is going to be the first round to Big. It comes at a bit of a cost, but hey, at the end of the day, Searson hits 2 shots early on, gives the opening to Big, forces Permitta into a bit of a different approach, but at the end of the day, Permitta, if they had gotten the bomb plant, I think they'd still be content with the round itself, even if it was a loss. But they didn't get a bomb plant, so they can't be content, because now they have to dig deep into their pockets.
Yeah, I'm just surprised they planned to open like that without even thinking about main at all, because they had a utility. They could have thrown Molotov toward main, maybe even a smoke if they had one. I'm not sure about that. But no one watching it is the problem there. And yeah, JDC punished accordingly. Just probably couldn't believe himself that they were watching.
I was like, wait a minute, you're giving me a free kill? I'll take that.
And another one?
Another one.
Into main. This time, no one's guarding this side.
Oh, they missed the timing,
Again, making these lurk plays, and JDC is not going to catch it, but Process, he'll catch the AK instead. And already putting a lot of pressure toward the A side early on in this game, where Big, they'll have to respond and somehow make it either faster plays to clear potential positions.
Oh,
These could be in. And that's one of those positions. Mary dropping towards beneath Silo, and there he goes for one. He will be traded, but he's done his job here, because he bought plenty of time. He stayed alive, and information comes off that as well. Even more now, but 3v3 for Big. Unless they get this kill to Beanox, there is no way they'll ever go for this. Even so, time is already low. Shadow gets spotted on JDC. Still wins the fight. They have kits, they got a smoke, they got a chance. The headshots, barbecue. And Mask instead trying to finish this one off against Searson. Steps knows where he's at. The AWP is coming! And it won't be enough. On the defuse and just barely gets it.
At the last second, exactly. Searson saves the day here. And, you know, as much as we talked about him, you know, he has been a hit and miss, but when he's hitting, oh boy, it reminds me of the good old days when he was a very much feared opponent of any team that had to face them. But in any case, second round for Big here in a 1v1 clutch. Searson saves it. They're going to be happy with that. Of course, Permitta forced onto, well, generally speaking, I would expect a buy, but we do see a few pistols in between there. Oh, UMP, yes, Mary, hello. I love the UMP. Let's go. And not to mention the tactical timeout, so discussions about to happen as to what the hell they'll be doing next. But UMP, great weapon. Absolutely amazing. Love to use it all the time, as it's damn accurate at mid to long range engagements as well. Very deadly with the armor pen. And let's see if Permitta can get round 4 on the board.
see now. Permitta trying to put number 4 on the board, and if they can't do, their economy does get wiped out here, so that's the stress of this round. I'm just looking at the actual setup that Big is running here at the start. The series so far, basically 3 for 3 going heaven here in these last couple of rounds. Playing fast rotation. A very, I guess, old school way of counter-striking away.
Yeah, yeah, it is, because the AWP is usually dynamic. Yeah,
a bit more dynamic usually in the AWP. Different place, a bit more committing to fights, but that's one commitment coming out of the T side and CTs alike. As the side, again, just one there. Permitta, they are very much aware that Big are putting just, oh my god, a couple of plays toward this side of the map alone. Nearly stopped the bomb plant as well. JDC is doing a lot of work here, but now he needs to try to work with his teammates to complete yet another retake. 3 in a row, that's the magic number, but there's going to be 1 and 2 trading back and forth. Tech 9 picking up the MP9 for now, and HE on him as well. That won't do too much potentially, but on the defuse, JDC 10 seconds. MP9 needs to be let loose, and nearly gets it, but JDC still sticks it, can't stop it, and steals some to cover. Finishes yet another retake for Big on A. I don't believe in this CT setup so far. Only 1 on A consistently would Permitta have found their way towards it.
The way Big is playing?
Again, it's just about one retake that doesn't go their way, and he could completely knock Big out as well from any couple of future rounds. It is that close.
Yes, I agree, and the reason why I am just kind of a little bit stressed about their setup is because you got Searson in heaven, who's covering outside. Then you have to have JDC consistently in main to help Tapson, right? Somebody's going to have to watch that squeaky position. So, in case of a smoke, we just saw what happened. Searson got, excuse me, not Searson, Tapson. Oh my god, JDC, not either of those two, actually got a kill through the smoke, right? And if he had not, that retake would probably not succeed at all. So it depends on his gimmicks to work. I really want to see, like here we see Process at CT Vent. That's how you have to hold the line. You have 1 on side, you have 1 on CT Vent main kind of setup, and then you've got the guy in heaven that's looking outside with support from main. Beenox, nasty entry, yes, but Permitta here is about to finish the job. Well, the round, unfortunately, negatively. Mary, man, he was a absolute monster yesterday, really giving us a show. Me and Wild Deity enjoyed it quite a little bit, and I gotta say, I think it's gonna be down to Mary today to give Permitta that upper hand over Big. I mean, Beenox and Tomiko as well, they were both really good, but Mary is just currently in beast mode, or has been at least since yesterday.
And maybe he can continue that. Now with the last round, of course, the half-bite. A couple of kills only, didn't get as much done, but now again with the guns coming out, I want to see Big adapt to this. I want to see them change things up, because they are a team with a lot of experience. They're a team with that tactical depth, as we've mentioned. They should be able to adapt before it's too late, but this may not be the way they want to see it happen. Already losing 2 at the very start of the round, and Searson forced to rotate towards the secret stairs. Well, Crimbo on the second AWP. A bit of a surprise for the T side and for me. Has delivered 1, so he's revealed that at least. AWP's guarding the extremities of the map here for the T side entries. What can they do? Crimbo thinking of going aggressive. No usual will affect him, but the fact is, nothing there for him to do much either, except to push through right before the smoke blooms. And on A, Dowson needs to get clear so far. Sight's been the position they played. So this is going to catch them off by surprise, and him as well. They almost lose sight of him. But suddenly it is on to Mary. Molotov is decent, but it does put the head already coming out as well. Searson burning into flames, 50 HP. Limbo in heaven. With the grace of the Molotov, Searson can't afford to go through that willy-nilly. Has to think about it just for a second. Duel heads his way. Headshot taken. Mary 1. Reads the position of Crimbo. Keep in mind it's the AWP for the retake on him as well. Position was no, but it's not seen him from heaven just yet. Mary's turn. And he'll find a way to take this round away.
Mary. There we go. Once again, a hat trick. And as I said, he's the one that's putting Permitta through this series. And we'll see how this works out, of course, big. Few mistakes again, a few tactical errors, a few players kind of being a bit of a hit and miss. As Crimbo at the end in heaven can't do much, leaving Permitta to take the fourth. And we go into number 9. Searson on ramp, and we talked about how we would prefer to see a bit more of a dynamic approach, something that Searson usually isn't really a fan of. He's more of a anchorage position kind of opper. But he is on ramp now. And if Permitta don't recognize that soon enough, they could just be walking into a death trap. As we got JDC in main, Tapson on A, with Process to support. Crimbo playing, I believe, Secret, right? As Searson, there we go. Spavak is caught. And are they really intending to cross? I think they want to go into main and into an A split here, Permitta. That's what it feels to me to be the case.
If that's the case, they'll have to be a little careful of Crimbo. So the flashbang is perfection on him. And it does force a rotation of Tabson immediately, where Mallory does get caught by Searson's orb. You can see the rotations are being made by Big. They have the protocols. They know what to do in these sorts of scenarios, but it's still a little bit of a misread for them. Because Mass is coming back up the secret stairs toward A. So they need to be able to do well here in the defense. Problem is here for that outside split as well is JDC. Back of garage and the threat of Searson up in heaven as well is something that Mass can't completely ignore either, so JDC needs to be clear and will do so as he gives up the kill. And suddenly this round is a whole lot more doable, but Tapson holds the line with the MP9. Good for one. Searson on site. The rotation was here and that's all it needs. What on site as well, there's no time. Taken away, stopped at the end of the line. They are putting up a couple of rounds here. A fair few actually, 5 in total.
And keep in mind, it was effectively a force buy with 5-7s on both Crimbo and Prosus. So, not bad at all. I love that pop flash in towards Secret. I'm just a bit worried that Permitta didn't take that opportunity to go down ramp, for example, as they were able to embed a player into Secret. And the time, obviously, at the end of the day, running out for the final player to do much of anything. Round 10 will bring us back to Tech 9s as Permitta is looking perhaps go towards ramp this time. If that will be the case, we're about to find out. All 5 players are stacking in towards the trophy room. There's the flash. Crimbo close by. He's playing a really good position, but the Tech 9s, even better.
Also being missed, but again, Tabson yet to get an MP9. Showing that, yeah, there's a lot of financial struggles on that CT side. Even if he's getting a fair few kills, this is going to be the best run he's going to have in a good while, apparently. Need a little triple kill to want to be side to defend, and with Process to cover, he'll make sure he survives, and suddenly, if he wants, he can get an MP or M4 here. A little bit of money finally on that CT side, potentially stabilizing. But Permitta, they're losing focus in this game a little bit now.
I would say this is on par for the course that I had in mind for Big. Obviously shaky rounds, sometimes not really on there the way you would expect them to. But the MP9s, it kind of indicate that they know what they're dealing with. They know that they, gotta take this a little bit more ballsy, and I love what I'm seeing. But as you say as well, Permitta perhaps, just relying on Mary a bit too much. Beanox though, the entry secure. Tapson is out of the round as Big is gonna have to scramble for support towards the A site. It's only Process holding, and rotation's gonna be really far off from helping him out. Crimbo is gonna be caught in towards Trophy now, playing for that early challenge. It's Searson to actually achieve it. No. Why would you go through the smoke here? Mary does refrag. That's vital. Still a 3-on-3, but that's A site defense now melted away. It's a free plant at the very least. Crimbo gets caught, and Searson, he's dead. Okay, never mind. But not that much better as well. 1v2 clutch. Round 11, looking like it could go either way, but it seems like Spavak a bit too accurate. And just as we mentioned, Permitta being a little bit sleepy here, they get back on track, as I will say this time, big tactical errors in leaving A wide open again. Not the first time.
Yeah, back to it now for Permitta. Again, it's those A takes that seem to work out for them, and this time they were able to stop that retake before it even really got started, so that's the difference between this and the first few rounds we actually saw. As I said, those rounds have been very fragile overall for Big, so they gotta be careful. Very much so. Tomiko about to get blinded on ramp. Here he goes. And wonderfully out for Crimbo. Taps in the meantime, has scored himself one as well. So a 5v3, a lot of map control with the CT side. Well, Beanox looks to take a little bit of that away. He's thinking about this. What if they're going aggressive? There's one.
Good read.
Absent. Don't think his M4 does get spotted, but they know he is somewhere toward Mini. Just a question of where. They're not going to try to force the issue. They could have had mass come for him as well. They decided no. Hold their horses up toward heaven instead to try to ramp upon him.
Give Mask the time, exactly, and he's about to achieve
The
it.
problem is the bomb.
That is true, though. Oh. The fact that Big, again, let loose Heaven like this is for me, a massive, massive tactical error. But luckily for them, it doesn't come back to bite them too much in the ass, as only Tapson is lost, and the return firing lobby is absolutely on point. The C4... What? Oh, Spavak! What in the world? JDC 1v1 against the new Polish newcomer.
Another smoke. Yeah, JDC. No timing is there for him to just swing it out. That's going to be big to secure themselves 7-5 at the half-time. And honestly, that could have gone way differently as well. If one of those retakes at the start doesn't work out for Big, we're looking at a mirror instead. But this is the way things go. They do show the experience they have. Even on a map that is new, right? We said it's going to be scrappy. It has been pretty scrappy so far, relying on those A retakes at the start of this one to keep them even alive, keep them going. For Permitta, they were relying on Mario a little bit so far. A couple of entries by Beanox as well. But overall, not a terrible first half for either team. They'll be pretty happy with this result, I'd imagine. But for the second half, we started off with an A rush out of Big. As they look for the entry, they already get it as well. And with a double down, that should be looking pretty good to secure.
And it is. Spavak, it's the last man that can make anything happen, as Tomiko and Mary are already locked out of sight, and that pretty much confirms the pistol going to Big here. And, well, chaotic, perhaps, rather than anything else as well. Big has definitely left a few holes in their defense on CT, and I'm sure some of them might have been very intentional to try and make the wrong impression on the opponent, but Mary and Tomiko still getting away with a few kills. Now, there is no defuse kit, so time is unfortunately not in their favor, and neither is the round anymore, but regardless, Big start off strong on the T side, and that's exactly what you're looking for if you're starting off with a 7-5 lead. You want to increase it by as much as you can, and getting the pistol, plus potentially the gun round afterwards, is pretty much going to put you over the top of that 10+ rounds, and, well, Permitta. Their plan? Force buy. Oy, yoy, yoy. I'm not a fan. I really am not. You're down 3 rounds. You're going to have a buy next. I know utility is going to be key, but hell, the force buy here, if you fail it, it's not only 9, it's 10 confirmed. And then, well, then it's the gun round that either you save the map with or you lose the map with. Leaving themselves not a lot of room for error.
Scouts already spotted as well. That should give them an idea. Most likely a full-on force buy out of Permitta. Outside smokes, the CTs, they got nothing to blow these up with, so they can make the play through them, or at least Prosters can. Currently the only one there.
Embedded.
AC moves down from the roof as well, so now they're looking to go into phase 2 of this round. Headed toward the ramp side instead. See what they can get, and this is Scouts and Desert Eagle duo down here, while Mary's stopped this one, and now comes play on a ramp. It's one shot, one trade. And it's only because as long as he stays alive, he can group up with his teammate. Now, we had a lot of issues boosters for this big side, because there's Masked up next to drop the bomb. And a big struggling in the second round of this half. Searson and JDC neither able to trade the bomb either, which is a massive issue, and now Searson gets taken out. Disjointed on the attack here. And asking for miracles out of JDC. Looking for the second, but it's Masked in an off angle instead. Standing on the railing, couldn't find him. And that is Permitta to make the force buy work out in their favor.
And what a confidence booster it is as well. That's the biggest part of it all. Permitta, the fact that they're able to pull off a win on a force buy where you would usually expect Big to be able to clean it up is massive. It not only boosts them back economically, but also puts Big into the hole when it comes down to it. Pistols only, Kevlars only, and a grenade here and there. And it's Big now to make a play with those Tech 9s. Permitta on the right route, and whilst I still don't agree with a force buy in a scenario like this, they made it work, and that's, well, that's commendable. In any case, Tomiko holding the line. Beautiful triple. FAMAS, 25 bullets in the magazine, and shuts it down perfectly. As the counter force for Big is not looking as solid, but Crimpo is making this argument that maybe the force buys are the only way you can win rounds. As it's a 1v2 with 1 minute and 10 seconds, he can actually still win this. He's got the rifle, for Christ's sake. This is not going to be an easy job for either Masked or Beenox.
No, it isn't, but they do have him somewhat stuck toward ramp at the moment, or at least that's how Crimbo feels about it. Unsure or not knowing that Masked actually pretty far away at the moment.
Yeah, Masked immediately turned back towards A site, towards the outside. He was thinking maybe Heaven, might be overtaken, and then Crimbo gets his way onto A, plants. And that's exactly what Crimbo's going to be doing here, but I feel like that's a little bit late to do it effectively.
So much time has been wasted, and Masked can also start making the rotation toward that site himself.
Because the question also for Permitta has to be asked, could had Crimbo gone main? Yes, exactly. Into vents and into B, right? Because I think that's also one of the discussions that they might be having in this instance. But
a lot of noise been made.
Does he check Heaven? That's the question. No, does not. Well done.
So, yeah, well done overall as well for Crimbo there. 2 kills and the bomb plant at the end.
It's a lot of damage. It's hell of a lot of damage. 3 kills plus a bomb plant on a force buy. It's obviously not what you're looking for. You want that win, but it at least gives you a bit of an ego boost that perhaps even Big need at times.
Perhaps. But let's see now how does the second half continue to go. As well, Permitta, they are fighting back. And obviously, of course, we discussed the how we could have looked scenario of the Permitta lose the force buy. It's got to be 5-10. Then they get the guns out, and nope, it's Big who get the guns out at 7-8 instead. Or, excuse me, 8-8, most likely.
Should be the case, yeah.
Yeah, still just on the pistols and the Permitta. This is their chance to build up a bank. As much as possible. Mary doesn't seem to have known that someone else dropped down already, or maybe he's thinking there's still someone else there. They could have faked the noise instead. But better safe than sorry here, it seems. However, for them, this is a chill round. They're waiting around. Permitta, they're happy to wait as well. They got a decent sort of crossfire going on.
Good angles. Mary could be a bit in trouble, as this is something that you usually expect, but Enox goes wide, finds 3, Mary helps, and that is a cleanup. There we go.
Yeah, well done.
Keeping all 5 alive, keeping that bank going, keep the bank roll, stack that fat cash, and make sure you have the rainy day fund ready, because Big is about to bring up the big guns. Searson on the op, maybe? Or not? They're thinking about it. Does he go for the op or the AK? Yes, the op. Okay, fair enough. Kevlar's up. No helmet, but he's going to be looking for 1 shots, and let's see if he can do it. Big on the other side. well, Big, on the other hand, going into a full-on outside control play. Love the idea. On silo, it's going to be JDC. Searson, with the help of Process, looking to control towards main and secret. It's a bit of a slow start, but Big is already punching in the numbers, potentially splitting into A here.
A lot of outside control taken, however. Oh, Nasty is there as well.
That was a sick fadeaway.
Quick shot, yeah. Showing Process who's king, but Tomiko does get taken down, which might bait them actually to walk into Mary. But JDC, he's thinking about it as well. They seem to be ready of such plays. The timing is still there. Mary wants to go wide to take off another one. But instead, he gives the advantage away to Big. Now, Smasked and Barbecue. We try and find this round. And Grimbo decapitating one more to go. The Opus here at the moment we planted. Could have tried to stop it, but instead, looking for the timing to figure out his way into the clutch instead. But Searson from afar, collecting kill number 17 as a Big collected the round. And they are giving us an interesting show here. Also, we talked a lot about Searson at the pre-game. Hasn't been good in this roster so far. He has like one good game a week, basically, is what it feels like. This could be one of those.
Well, better late than never. And yeah, Searson right now 16 kills, 17 I believe. Yeah, 17. He's doing really well. And the whole squad is showing up. Process is having a tough time. It's almost as if he'd be the IGL, but Spavak will find Searson this time round. The duel of the fate, or duel of fates here. Unfortunately ends up finding Searson to lose first. But nonetheless, let's see what the plan is. Big is reluctant in taking any early aggression beyond just a pick or two. So I'd love to see perhaps a bit of a faster pace action from their side. You know, look to control secret maybe. Look to go in towards garage if you can. And a pixel corner for Tapson being hit. Mary will find Process, and it seems like Permitta ain't stopping anytime soon. It's down to the three remaining. Tapson, JDC, Crimbo. And man, JDC, right? The way he started his professional career, I mean, there's just such a beautiful storyline from Mouse NXT to Mouse to just being such a monster as a player. But then a bit of a sharp fall off, wasn't it?
I mean, you can make that argument, I guess, in a way, right? Out of Mouse in a, well, for Mouse, a great move, I guess, but overall, then 0-0 Nation for a while, it was just rough. They were looking good. But here he is. And here's Crimbo as well.
He knocks. He's going to have to hold the line. This is it.
Look at Tomiko on the ladder. Trying to find a timing. He does so. Heaven is cleared and looking for the next one as well. Mast. Also a big point of pressure here for Tabson as he does have to save this one.
Counter-terrorists win.
They're not going to chase him, but it is going to be the round for Permitta again. Big potentially in trouble now. Saved up. It's going to at least give them a bit of a lifeline here. Wouldn't be surprised if we do see them go for a force buy here. Because that economy isn't just such a middle ground, really.
Thing is, I feel like Big is giving too much, how do you call it, too much respect to Permitta here. They should be, you know, trying to push them into engagements a little bit more. I feel like Big is giving the space to Permitta to react in time and then obviously get those shots off before anything can really happen. And it's starting to punish Big a bit. They seem like they're reluctant in taking straight fights, but then when they lose the entry, they all just kind of want to activate, but nobody's really there to make the play happen. Mary's on 22 kills. He's consistently getting frags in at least, you know, in every round he's been playing almost. The rest of the team kind of slow to start off, but they are picking up the pieces as well, as Big is slowly but surely here losing perhaps even confidence, one would say. As again, we see the same principle approach. We've got one towards the outside Process. Crimbo's kind of holding the line in towards lobby. There's a trade. this is still doable for, of course, Permitta to make it happen, but Beanox, smart enough, pulls back. Mary again delivers an entry, but it is traded by Tapson. 3 versus 3, though. Oh, that wall bang.
Yeah. There's a brick a little bit too thick to take Beanox down there. Tapson, he looks to chase. Can't find him, and as such, he'll have to forfeit this one again. Most likely so. Beanox was thinking about it. Maybe he goes through a smoke or two. We talk about disrespect. I feel like that's what we kind of saw for Permitta this round.
Push into lobby, yeah.
Yeah, you just see exactly all the X's on the minimap. Every one of them pretty much in lobby and adjacent areas. No casualties elsewhere. Permitta the first to reach double digits here, and for Big, that's a massive loss. Because now, well, this force fight doesn't work out. What do? They have to eco. Give away lever, that's when pressure starts to amount. We'll see if they can recover with Mary again. Yeah, you kind of called it. Has been a big part of this game.
And not to be the bearer of bad news, but I feel like Permitta is going to lose Mary eventually within the coming months after the player break. He could be picked up, you know, by bigger teams if he continues to perform the way he has. He really is a consistent monster, and right now I feel like he is the biggest ace in the hole for Permitta. As every single game you look at, his past performances has been pretty much on point. So Big, they need some way to shut him down. It's not even Spavak that we can say has been the instrumental part of their potential defeat on Nuke, but right now it's mostly just Mary and Tomiko even, as Beanox picks up Trimbo. And, well, Tomiko cleans up on JDC. There we go. Permitta continue to have the success rate that I didn't believe as much in. This is looking better and better with each passing moment. And, well, how do you stop Permitta now?
Do you stop them?
Do you stop them? Even better, yes.
We're talking about as well what could be Permitta keeping up momentum after winning map 1. It's Ancient CT side, right? That's a pretty good start for any team. So if you keep that momentum, if you have a good rhythm to it, Big could definitely be in trouble, especially in that second map. Because this nuke, it was meant to be scrappy. Retakes is what gave Big those first few rounds as well on that first half. It was individual stepping up like the likes of JDC. Then a couple as well, given by Searson. Some decent shots he might have hit. But a couple of mistakes as well had been done here. The second round of the second half, most specifically, no one there to trade when they tried to split toward the lower side with the bomb getting dropped. And not being able to recover from it just yet. This is essentially Big's last chance. That's what Slavsky is going to be taken away from them. It. Yep, he's going to be aware of the possibility of the split now. Here's the steps as well. Nose 2 is in garage, one at top of main. Beanox, a favorable duel for him, is going to be the one against Crimbo. 30 seconds. Main's the issue, Heaven as well. Mass is thinking about it and tucking himself into the corner here.
But he's needing to hit that timing. Tapson spotted! The C4 doesn't drop though. Tapson wins the duel. 3 versus 3, and now Big is committed to the A side. They have no choice but to go make a hit, as JDC will lose the engagement in main. Oh, and Beanox the lineup as both Searson and Tapson are taken out. And that will leave Permitta on 12 as Big are done and dusted here on Nuke, it seems like. This ain't the way, and it ain't looking too swell no more. Oh,
what a nasty lineup as well. A gift from God, really, for him.
Damn.
A wonderful round overall as well for Permitta. They read this pretty damn well here. Mary getting taken down, and then as well now, Mask, it could have created those issues. But Permitta, they were ready with those rotations. They had a player down, Vence, who managed to come up in time. if Beanox wasn't going to get that lineup. All the shots necessary they needed. They did hit those. And now for Big, it's 3 in a row they need, or it's bye-bye nuke. Forward ramp. First one, the contact is there for Tomiko, but it does get shot down at just the one. A bit of noise as well being made. Spavak is not going to run through the flames. He does get tagged by them a little bit. Burns.
It's down to Beanox to survive. He's got support in the name of Mary coming in through short. Smoke up on single. As Crimbo does find the kill on A, and that opens up the venue for the A side. Spavak.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
a great play for
Beanox.
Beanox to get that information and the court information.
Perfect timing as well, yeah. Spavak now. He's gonna check Hut. Sees the head, takes the shot. Good night, Crimbo. Down to Tapson and Searson it goes.
That's all the confirmation they need to say.
Yeah, the duet that has been playing for as long as I remember. And
yeah,
well,
Mary up the vents. Onto the last man. It's Searson needing a big clutch. And that's what he's looking to deliver. Against Beanox. Position, no, but it's onto the swing. Beanox, all he has to do is pull the trigger once. As he's going to deny this dream from Searson. And that is the way it goes for Permitta. Taking 13-9, map number 1. One hell of a show out of them.
and I know I'll have to eat my words when I said that
for the punish pick and winning it in map number 1, right? It really sets the stage of just playing to Permitta's advantages, and now that we also have the hindsight of having seen map number 1, I think Big are obviously in trouble. Like, the 2-0 is almost just beckoning, right? I think once it gets to I think once it gets to Vertigo, it could be very shaky, but then again, Permitta's individuals are just so damn good on it. That being said, though, we're about to go live with the game, so we'll see how Ancient is going to unfold. Let's take it away, boys.
Let's get away for real, and let's see if Permitta will steal it away here from underneath Big and take on to the semifinals. Excuse me, to the yeah. Wait, what? Quarterfinals? Yeah, semifinals. What? Yeah. No, if they'll go on to the semifinals is what I meant. Yeah. In any case, Big, the pistol is live.
It's waffling.
Yeah, waffled away there as Process is waffling on the heads of Permitta. Masked is trying to make it happen, but Spavak now left alone. 1v3 with the bomb down. Big is about to secure the pistol.
Yeah, wonderfully done here now for the pistol. Yeah, that's Process' round. Map 1, he ended up with about a handful of kills, a total of 5.
Oh, it really was a handful.
I have.
Yeah. Oof. It is tough. It is tough to see Process performing this poorly when you're expecting him to be one of the stars of Big, right? I mean, statistically speaking, he is not doing well recently at 0.96 rating currently on HLTV. But again, you are still expecting him to show up nonetheless, even if the stats might not always be on point. But oh, the force buy, what is this entry? Double as 2 nades don't actually break Tomiko. And cave control still in effect here on the side of Permitta. JDC will find Spavak, but they don't know about Mask. The molly, they think it might have spread just in the right corner. Mask is alive, and the double happens. No, denied by Searson, but low HP on the man, as well as Tomiko, but still alone.
Big fines for Searson. Even able to escape with a bomb, so he is going to get a free bomb plant here. There's going to be no doubts about that, but this is a round that Big are very much not supposed to lose. But all in all, this is what it looks like. The Molotov is there, CT side. They don't have a smoke, so that alone can save this, but comes down to the timing of when to throw it. And yeah, they cleared main. They know where he's at. Permitta, they moved very quick on the retake here.
This is really, really good for Permitta. The fact that they are able to steal away the round, the fact that they're able to put Big in their place on a round where it shouldn't have been even a question of whether or not Big can take it. Yeah, this is problematic for sure, and Big with the bomb plant, they at least have enough to get an AK on Searson. We've got Galil's on, well, a Galil on Process, the rest with Tech-9s and Deagles. Let's see what plan Tapson cooks up now, because they better start cooking something good. Otherwise, Permitta is going to blast into outer space and just take off with a win here. Because this is... I'm not... Immediately after losing the second round, you know, it gives me the weird vibes for Big, and very much similar to how Nuke kind of went in a way. Started off 2-0 for Permitta, right? But Big never really recovered on that first half too much, and can't let Permitta take too much space as Mary finds a kill through a smoke. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's the Galil as well. That's the, you know, the sad part. It's one of the rifles they have, one of the only 2 rifles they have.
Yeah, speaking of them, here's a couple kills from
Beautiful.
your Lil. Reverse across the map, one Galil lost, another one gains 4 kills. Pretty big. Or well, pretty small for big, I guess. I don't know how you want to say it. But that is going to be right before starting up here, and Permitta, they're going to be having an easy time in this one, most likely. Oh well, don't want to jinx them, but let's say they do have an easy time with this one. Just by common sense.
Yeah, just by the fact that they have Glocks. Though yesterday me and Faraz were enjoying a Glock round that ended up being a win for Permitta. So maybe, just maybe, it's not that set in stone as we might feel like it. But no, obviously. I mean, Permitta, if anybody knows how to deal with these ecos and force buys, it's them. Because, like, they've really been grinding hard. And you brought up a good argument against my own for Ancient. It is their best played map, or most played map. Statistically as well, that supports the fact that they are pretty damn good on it. And Big... Whilst Faraz has also a great kind of introspective that, you know, it's their home turf as well, they feel comfortable on it. I do hope they've prepared themselves mentally for a bit of an early L to make that comeback happen as the shutdown is complete.
Yeah, all 5 to marry. Call that an ace.
Indeed.
Indeed, that is. What do you call it?
Indeed.
Indeed, yes,
Teal. Teal'c from Stargate. No, yeah, Mary, great stuff. Look, he's a great player. There's no doubt about it.
Look.
This man enjoys what he does, and just you can see he's so in tune with the game right now. And the last few series have really been very good for him. Statistically, the only one that he's kind of been lacking was 5 days ago against Nemiga, but overall, he's just been really on point. And Permitta can be happy to have it. Here come the guns, though. It's a B take. Tomiko on sight. He needs to be very careful how he plays this. Through the smoke, it's going to be running one man. Searson. As Pavak finds Tapson, the shutdown here is going to have to be perfect. The lineup is there, but B-Nox is able to respond. It's still going to be a 3 versus 3. As Mary finds JDC on mid. Goodbye, flanking through Cave. Goodbye, flanking through Speedway. Crimbo should have a free kill. He will. It's a 2-on-2 now. And there is a defuse kit unmasked as they're both approaching from B ramp. But like the idea, there is a smoke on Mary. So I could see this be a smoke on the bomb and Mask go for the defuse. Maybe? No, smoke was thrown elsewhere.
Barry, 10 seconds to try to stick it. Well, there's Mask 1 and 2, and they have the defuse. They do salvage this at the end with a couple seconds to spare.
That was super anticlimactic. But like, I really had expected Mary to be the one to engage. He had the AK after all, masked at an MP9, and the defuse kit. So, you know, I was thinking, okay, he's going to hold the defuse 5 seconds, and Mary's going to be protecting him. But in fact, it's the other way around. And whilst Mary doesn't hold it down, the round is still won as Mask clears out long, gets Crimbo, and then checks out into Cave as Process is caught in the swing. 4-1. Very straightforward start. Big is looking a little bit weakened by it as Tech-9s are again in play, and a fast Speedway control. coming out. Great nade on Prosus, but the lineups and the entries for Masked. Well, entry, I guess. Lots of damage. 16-9 not existent.
Rainbow? Ah, no. Nothing else. And that's gonna be that, apparently. 5-1 very quickly here. And yeah, this is Permitta starting off really damn good. Hoping things do look well, continue to look such way for them, but I want to see more of the big as well here. Well, they came into this one maybe a little bit too overconfident with Ancient. We might get to see them punished, but this is just at the start of the game anyways. Crazier comebacks have happened, and Beanox with Married in tow. They got to shut down a quick play out of the C side of Big. Shelf control completely, fall to the hands of Big. Or, excuse me, Permitta. Not much to be done. Tomiko in a good angle, and Searson last man standing will miss a shot, and that's the end of this one. 6-1. Permitta, I said it. This is a good map for them. A good start. They continue with the momentum.
Pretty straightforward,
They are not given a big many chances here.
They really are not. Pretty straightforward take. Says the tactical timeout is going to be taken. Big needs to discuss what's happening. Tapston needs to bring his squad in check. Like, he needs to rein them in, kind of give them a bit of a, I don't know, a confidence speech, a boost. We'll see. And yeah, I mean, look, I hope that the motivational speech worked, because they're going to need it. And mid controls could be contested. Love the idea here. All four running through middle. They get Spavak. That's the op drop. There's a chance now this could go wildly wrong. But the lineup, they don't check middle. Mary finds JVC. Beanox with a double. And it's all coming together for Permitta as they're looking to take this to a 7-1. Even with the losses they take in a round like this, it seems to not affect them too much about it, as Permitta are an unstoppable force right now. Seems like Big is swimming in dark waters, man, and the deep sea awaits.
Yeah, let's figure out how this one does continue to go. For now, we need something. We need Big to show up, and hey, they should have known what they were going into. But they are unable to deliver at the very moment, so we are gonna need something miraculous out of them nonetheless. That's a good way to start. Mask does get blinded by Crimbo's flashbang. The push gets denied on the CT side. They are gonna be starting things off in the 4v3. Finally putting a bit of an end to Permitta's aggression and early entries. But more's necessary still. It's not done till it's... well, done. It's not over until it's CR'd. I guess is the way you can put it.
Well,
very lazy and doesn't make sense, but it's there. It's easy.
You kind of hit a different nail on the head, as well, as I might have to step away here and unfortunately help out covering another series, as there is a bit of a technical disruption. But yeah, man, this is pretty straightforward, isn't it? This is pretty straightforward. Big is looking pretty weakened here, and the flank of Mary, oh boy, if this succeeds.
Yeah, Murray, he might have just made his play of the game here as well. You imagine this is a way for Big to get back into the game, but the backstab is here instead. Instantaneous pressure for Big, and even more through the smoke. That's a different sort of pressure. I don't... Yeah, nah. No plan for Tabson. And no chance for Searson. Those two hand in hand in this one. The flank is good and everything else. Just wonderful. Out of this Big side. Or Permitta, excuse me, not Big. That's where things are going wrong. They're going south. This is, quite...
This is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, 8 in a row. Big won the pistol, man. They won the pistol. That's it. That's all there is.
It's a bit concerning, right? It is concerning because we're looking at through a lens where Big is the top dog, or in this tournament, they've been invited to the playoffs. They've been, you know, in any event, they are in the top 20 of HLTV's ranking in the world. Maybe individually a little bit lacking lately, but overall we still expect them to be almost an unbeatable force. But Permitta is not only beating them, they are doing it in style, and they're laughing while they're doing it. And they are enjoying themselves right now. Permitta is just making sure that Big feels not necessarily the shame, but just the feeling of despair that comes after you lose like this. It's getting out of hand. It really is getting out of hand.
It is a little bit so. I like this as well. Permitta's taking a timeout as well. Countering Big's timeout. Or does this just give them more time to think? Who knows? No one does. But, nonetheless. Getting back to it, I assume. Unless we're getting baited by another timeout. Would be really funny if Big take another timeout here as well, but no.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's not happening because it isn't really going to help them. Yeah, round 10, and well, now the issue here for Big is how the hell do you even get 3 more rounds, right? As you said, they've only won the pistol. That's it. That's the only thing they got. So, this is getting a little bit out of hand as they push on to B one by one. They're gonna walk into a death trap right here. Masked, double, triple, easy.
He's put on a clinic here. Absolutely. Shaking in their boots is Big, but a 2v3 to try to get themselves a second round. It could come off the AK of Tabson here, but a trade. Excuse me, that's Crimbo. This is Tabson. He's got the M4 in hand. Knowing where both players are, but it does not matter.
It really
that
does
is a
not.
9-1. What a
You know,
dominating show.
It's such a disaster right now. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna take away and let you to it, man. Just enjoy this game for yourself, because I can't watch this anymore. I can't watch this. This is just this is just not gonna work out.
You don't like Big losing this much?
I don't like Big being taken this much, you know, in behind the shed and being shot. This is just not working out. I gotta go. Sorry, Nexus. I gotta go. Goodbye. Bye.
Wow. All right. So, Overseer unfortunately has to go. That is, it is what it is. We'll try to figure out if we can get ourselves a Will Dady to save us, but for now, it's stuck with me.
Yeah, I got you.
As 9-1 is the current score.
And for the sake...
Can we please dig you out from somewhere?
Yeah, I'm here, and for the sake of not making it like a Reddit, oh, Casper left because gameplay was so bad, these guys are so unprofessional moment, I just need to give you guys a peek behind the curtain. We actually need a commentator very urgently on...
yeah, a bit of an emergency.
yeah, on another series, so yeah. I just didn't want it to be one of those Reddit threads, you know?
But it would be really funny.
Yeah, like, it would be really nice bait, but then also the aftermath of that would just be horrendous. That being said,
Yeah.
though, Permitta, they are, I think Overput it really well, right? Like, yes, it's a nice round for Big there at the end, but taking them behind the shed and just shooting them in the head, that's basically what it feels like, right? Permitta, this is an absolute masterclass on Ancient. This has been destruction on all accounts. There's barely been anything coming out of Big, and I'm not too sure what to say. It's kind of ridiculous that Permitta actually take a tactical timeout here. Like, guys, listen.
They lost a round. That's weird.
Like, what was that under our car? Like, hey, did we hit something on the way there?
No, that's a bump.
Yeah.
Might have hit the curb. But yeah, this is still just insanity overall. There's not much Big can really do. Like, I'm honestly just weirded out, or in a way flabbergasted they even pick into this map, because there are other ones that Permitta are much weaker, and they could have picked into the likes of a Vertigo. They could have picked into, I guess, even Dust 2 maybe. Because that's what they've been enjoying a little bit. If they wanted to punish Permitta a little bit, you could say maybe they want to go to Dust 2. I don't know. Or, Anubis, excuse me. I don't know. It's a bit of an older one for sure, but a Big, this is one that they've still been somewhat decent at playing a fair bit overall, so it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if they can at least buy themselves some breathing room for the next half, but I don't think it's available for purchase in the market at the moment. 3 rounds is probably the best they can do, and, you know, to their merit, they should be able to get it. That's no doubt. However, a 6-round deficit and then Permitta are already flirting with the finish line, that's something really hard to negotiate with. And, you know, Nexus, this is one of the calls that you made in the cam segment earlier. You said that this is basically just prime territory for Permitta to pick it up. There's a map they've been comfortably playing, and at the moment, Big are looking pretty much out of their depth. And I agree with you on all checkboxes. There's pretty much nothing we've seen out of Big, with the exception of a couple rounds here and there, and
I mean,
too
yeah,
sure what to
1 in
expect.
10. Where Seriously is popping off again, though. He's the one shining light.
It's very impressive, actually.
Outperforming at the moment, but Process wants to be involved in that conversation, interestingly enough. Massive step up from map number 1, but overall in score hasn't really done too much. It's going to be a 9-3 half here. But yeah, there's not a lot here, unfortunately, for Big to celebrate, and that's the end all of this first half, really, isn't it? Tommy goes on 3 kills, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's still very impressive from Surson that he's able to go 16-9 when his team has like 3 rounds to show for it, right? Can't exactly fault him too much for it. And surprisingly enough, right, if you just looked at the kills for a moment, you wouldn't think that that's the scoreline. Because if you look at the side of the T's, the side of Permitta, they've got Tomiko on 3. They've got Spavak, who's supposed to be their youngest gun, the one on the AWP duties. He's only going 9 and 7, so doesn't seem like there's as much of a kill disparity. But then again, you do have 3 players on the side of Big that haven't even made it to 5 just yet. So we're gonna have to see some incredible things come out from the CT side now that they've shifted on over to it, put on the CT uniform, and we'll see if the confidence is bloated a bit. That's info. And I think Permitta, they're already flirting with the idea of eventually going for that full B push, but Crimbo has found so much information. This is going to be problematic. Surson, though, caught, and B knocks it too. That's a B-bomb site that is ripe for the taking. JDC tries to chase them down, but Permitta are toying with the idea of now negotiating the A-bomb site instead. Crimbo up close and personal. The duel leaves. Perfect weapon to have. That's the first victim. Distracted by the shadow. Can't find the second. But there's still one more. They've got to deal with JDC. Finds the first headshot. He needs to take them off the bomb, and he does. He's wasting time, waiting for his teammate to step in from behind. But he's finally permeated out from the box, looking for something. Spavak actually completely evades the fight and takes this duel to the B-bomb site. Should at least be able to get the bomb down. But the 1v2, that will not come easy here, Nexus.
Now all around the map from B to back to A and now all the way on B, but Tabson in the back of the line, it's going to be unexpected. Even if he does get checked. Repped up close, and that's going to be the end of this one. It is big to take a pistol here. So 2 for 2 on this one. Hey, they got both pistols so far. But
Even that's scary.
Here, I'm honestly saying they will force this.
Even that's really scary, right? Because you've got to consider that even this pistol round could have been taken away from them. It was a 3 versus 2. It comes down to the dualies popping off. It's on to JDC, who's able to hold down the line for long enough for Tabson to become relevant. And part of me is quite happy that it's Tabson and JDC to do it because they really need some confidence builder.
Absolutely. They need something to go their way, and this is the start to it. Now, all they gotta do is make sure they don't repeat what happened in the first half. If they end up losing this, I feel like it's just a game over. Gotta Permitta. The upset is, well, 4 rounds away. Semi-finals do await, and we'll see if they do get there or not. Aggression coming out of the CT is through it. There wasn't even a flashbang. That is crazy. All in all, Tomiko, he'll be jumping through a smoke himself to give the CT side something back and move the same way. Bombs will be planted in the meantime. Can't stop it, but they can be shot through those smokes. They're not walls. And Mary with an MP9, he's jumping and running and gunning. Big looking to be sent out of this entire match, and this is the way to start it off as well. HE to finish Crimbo. That is a slam dunk of a round. My god.
Okay, so we're looking at big with both pistol rounds and 4 rounds to show for it. And I was gonna say this earlier, but it would have been unfair because they didn't actually get to use that second pistol round to find subsequent rounds, right? But now they did, and Permitta have shut them down. Double digits, no money for big. I think this might already be a bit of a GG.
I honestly think so. This is an insane showing we're getting out of Permitta. Overall. Now, I want to bring up a point that is not really relevant in this way. But this reminds me of a game on I saw from BetBoom with Nafany having 2 and 12 stats, and they won 13-1.
I mean, yeah, it almost just feels like you took that opportunity to throw some shade, but I respect it.
Yeah, a little bit so, but it was incredibly funny to watch because he was just not doing much, but they were just dominating the entire game. And Tomiko right now 4 and 13, kind of that same vibe.
Every time something like that happens, it reminds me of that one really viral football clip where the goalkeeper just keeps getting hit in the face by the ball, but they keep propping him up to continue saving. Do you know about that one?
Yes, I know that one. Yes. That's so good.
Yeah, I feel like it's a perfect analogy for that.
Yeah. They're still winning. One guy's just getting completely dunked on while everyone else is winning.
It's about the victory, man. You got to bring out the stretcher there at the end. That being said, we also have to bring out a stretcher for big, because 4 rounds, both pistols, 11 for Permitta, pistols once again for big. Oh man, this is about as rough as it could get, and it would have to be the comeback of the tournament if they were able to do it.
Yeah, those wondering as well what the actual video was, it's the Studio C, the top soccer shootout ever with Scott Sterling. It's on YouTube, you can find it if you haven't seen it somehow. Yeah, oh my god.
At that point, you're not even padding the stats. You're just having fun. You're playing Aim Lab.
Pretty much, yeah. Insane. And, gotta be signed to death warrant for big. Gotta we get the corner over here.
It's kind of crazy. You could look at a game this one-sided, and someone would go, and you could hear a conversation like, "Hey, did you catch the game between Permitta and Big?" "Oh yeah, I saw the entirety of it on an Instagram reel."
Yeah, pretty much. My god.
It's pretty brutal, though.
Yeah, insane.
This game really has it all. Like, underdog victory, specialist pick, punish pick, big, like, top team getting destroyed, Castor having to quit in between game. Like, it really delivers on all accounts. Now,
life's a movie, and so is this game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, here, Permitta, they try to finish things off, but they are being put down here. A little bit of fight left in the embers of big, it seems. They're gonna get themselves number 5 off of this, unless Barbecue decides to go 1v5, but decides to save his strength for a next round instead.
That's the kind of round where, that's a set of rounds that you want at the end of a game where you're just like, listen, yes, we're fine with the upset, but we need at least HLTV to look a little prettier. Like, make it 13-9 or something so that nobody clicks through the stats and see how destroyed we got. Because you already know armchair analysts like me are ready to post that HLTV screenshot.
Reddit's ready.
I've got Reddit opened up,
here.
neckbeard, fully grown and flourished.
We're ready to dunk, pretty much, and yeah, that's what Permitta is as well. They're just sending the layup here as well. That last ready was it. They thought they had a chance, but there's not a lot of chances to go their way. Trade comes out as Thompson just struggled a little bit on the first one, but something down to just 2. Processing Grimbo with not a whole lot to show for this one. Again, Process is a good step up from map number 1, but overall, everyone else fallen off the face of the earth pretty much, and it's gonna be it, surely. A massacre is what Ancient has been, and Permitta, they are looking to secure themselves that semi-finals spot. And you just can't help but just be impressed by it. Like, I was thinking this could be possible, yes, but in this fashion, god damn. Bye-bye, Crimbo. Smoke fades. It's taken down, and we are saying a somber goodbye to Big.
Can't believe that Permitta can make such quick work of them, and I mean, I say I can't believe it, but we've also just seen...
We can believe it, but it's the way it happens on Ancient.
Yeah, because Permitta, like, I get it, right? They're sort of the...